In 1970, the Soviet Union began drilling a hole. Not for oil, not for gas, not for any resource. Just to see how deep they could go. They drilled for 24 years. They reached 12 kilometers below the surface, deeper than any human being has ever gone into the earth, deeper than the deepest ocean trench, so deep that the drill bits melted. And then they stopped. They welded a metal cap onto the hole. And for 15 years, they said nothing about what they found down there. The mission. It was 1970. The Cold War was at its peak. America had just put men on the moon. The Soviet Union needed a victory, not in space, but in the opposite direction. Down. The project was called the Kola Superdeep Borehole. It would become the deepest artificial point ever created on Earth. A 9-inch wide hole punched straight down through the crust of the planet. The scientists expected to find solid rock. Predictable, layered, understood. What they found instead began rewriting everything geologists thought they knew about what lies beneath us. What they expected. The Standard Model of Earth's crust in 1970 said this. Drill deep enough and you hit a boundary called the Conrad discontinuity, a clear geological line where granite transitions to a denser rock called basalt. Every textbook agreed it existed. Every model predicted it. The Soviets drilled straight through where it should have been. It was not there. No boundary, no transition, no basalt. Just granite, continuing downward, unchanged. The textbooks were wrong, but that was not the strange part. What they actually found. At 7 kilometers down, water. Not surface water that had seeped downward, water that had never seen the surface, water that had been trapped in the rock for billions of years, squeezed out of the minerals themselves by the crushing pressure of the earth above. Water where no water should have been possible. Then at 9 kilometers, something stranger. The rock was not solid. It was fractured, porous, almost sponge-like, moving slightly despite being kilometers underground. The Earth at that depth was not the dead, rigid structure science had assumed. It was alive in a geological sense, dynamic, active, behaving in ways the models had never predicted. And then the temperature readings arrived. At 12 kilometers, the temperature was 180 degrees Celsius, nearly double what the models had predicted. The heat from the Earth's interior was moving toward the surface far faster than anyone had calculated. The drill bits did not just slow down. They melted. And the project stopped. What they found that nobody talks about. In the rock samples brought up from the deepest levels, microscopic fossils. 24 distinct species of single-celled organisms, fossilized, preserved in rock that was 2.7 billion years old. Life, deeper than life, has any right to exist. The implications were immediate and enormous. If life existed that deep in the Earth's crust, in conditions of crushing pressure, total darkness, and extreme heat, then the boundaries of where life can survive on this planet were not where science had placed them. And if those boundaries were wrong here, they might be wrong everywhere. Every planet, every moon, every rock floating in the darkness between stars. The hole was sealed in 1995. The site was abandoned, the equipment left to rust in the Arctic cold. The deepest point humans have ever reached into their own planet, capped, closed, silent. We stopped not because we found nothing. We stopped because what we found raised questions we were not ready to answer.